Hey guys, this is Lair, and today I'm doing a road trip. I'm in my 2026 Tesla Model Y, and I'm on full self-driving, and my car is driving me to Dallas, Texas. Um, I'm about maybe 95 or 100 miles into this trip so far, and honestly, breezy. It is so easy to take a road trip in this car because I don't really have to do anything. I just sit here while the car drives for me, which is pretty crazy. Um, so Teslas can drive themselves. You just put it on full self-driving, and it'll stay in the lane for you, and it'll do everything that you need to do. It'll brake, it'll put on turn signals, it'll watch traffic, it takes care of business, and it works really, really good. So I love it. It's really changed how I do road trips. I never, well, I shouldn't say I never. When I was younger, I really, really loved road trips. I loved getting in the car and just driving and going somewhere. But now, I've been driving for 15 years and I've done a lot of miles, and I'm less enthusiastic about road trips. So anytime I need to go somewhere, I don't really look forward to it usually. That is until I got my Tesla and then it started driving for me. And now I don't really care at all. I just get in here and engage full self-driving, and my car does everything. So it's really kind of changed how I look at road tripping in general. Like today, I had a 4-hour drive ahead of me, and I was excited about it. I was excited to get in the car and just sit here while it did everything for me. Um, didn't really even think twice about it. I was just thrilled to get on the road, kind of, which is really, really weird for me because, like I said, I didn't enjoy road trips for a long, long time. I just got tired of it because I drive. Um, Most days I drive 100 miles a day. There are a couple of days out of the week where I drive maybe closer to 200 miles in a day. So that's a lot of commuting. It's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of sitting in the car. Um, but thankfully, I like it a lot more lately because of this car doing everything for me and all the kind of freedom that gives me, which is really, really nice. So right before this, I got done hanging out at the Promised Land, otherwise known as Buc-ee's. If you've never been to a Buc-ee's, I don't really know how to explain Buc-ee's to you. Um, yeah, I have no idea how to explain it. It's a gas station, which, you're hearing that and you're thinking, whoa, what do you mean a gas station? Why is that the Promised Land? Well, look, you're not going to understand it unless you're from here. And here is Texas. And in Texas, Buc-ee is like an institution. In Texas, Buc-ee stands for freedom. And Buc-ee stands for America. And Buc-ee stands for all the things that you like about the country that we live in. Buc-ee Buc-ee's an American hero. 'Cause I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Anyway, Buc-ee's is a number of things. It is a gas station. These are all superchargers. Look at them. There's a million of them, basically. Okay, maybe there's like 30 of them, but there's a lot of them. It is a deli. It is a jerky junction. They make all their own like little snacks. Trail mixes, popcorns, cotton candy, party plates, cups, Buc-ee, beaver honey, salsa, chips. There's these things called beaver nuggets, which are like these little sweet corn puff balls. Look, you don't understand until you go to a Buc-ee's. But there is another thing that Buc-ee's is famously known for. I have to pee so bad, and we are 23 minutes from the nearest Buc-ee's. What am I going to do? Like, you know when you stop at a gas station bathroom and it's like the nastiest place you've ever been in your life, and there's like, look, maybe this is too much information for some of you, and maybe you never wanted to hear this, but in men's bathrooms, at least in public, there's a lot of pee everywhere. There's pee everywhere. I'm talking pee on the walls, pee on the toilet, which, I mean, is almost where it should be. It needs to be in the toilet, but pee on the toilet, but it's all over the floor. And that's where you are, you know, in your capacity as someone in that bathroom, you are stepping on a lot of pee. I am not. I've grown accustomed to peeing in a certain level of comfort and luxury, and I will not subject myself to the pee-covered bathroom that I was talking about earlier. I won't do it. I won't do it.
We are undercover right now, inside the Buc-ee's bathroom. No other channel is bringing you this kind of dedication. Look at that. Clean seat, dry foam, toilet seat, and handle cleaner. A really clean toilet. No pee anywhere. Very clean, very quiet. I'm nervous because I'm filming in a bathroom. Hand sanitizer in the stall. Excellent. I love it.
Buc-ee's is great because they have staffed these places. They have staffed a Buc-ee's adequately enough that you go in that bathroom and it is a palace. It is an experience. You go into a Buc-ee's bathroom and you think you're at a 5-star hotel bathroom. Like you start feeling like maybe you're not good enough. Like maybe I don't really deserve, maybe I deserve something that's in the middle, like between the pee-filled gas station bathroom and this luxury experience I'm having. But you know what? No, you deserve the Buc-ee's bathroom. You deserve it. You earned it. You drove hard and worked hard, and here you are. And you know what? You're in America. All right, Buc-ee's. No, not Buc-ee's. Full self-driving. In a Tesla, you can engage full self-driving at any time, and the car will drive for you. And when I got my first Tesla, I don't think I really understood how often I would be using this. You know, I thought that full self-driving is something that I would use occasionally. I kind of thought of it like cruise control, which is what a lot of people think when I'm describing this to them. They kind of say something along the lines of, oh yeah, my car does that. And they'll describe something like adaptive cruise control that kind of slows down and matches the flow of traffic in front of you, or lane assist that keeps you in a lane and like centered in the lane. And that stuff is all great and it all works well. The thing is that it is completely different. And I don't think I realized that when I got my Tesla. I thought like, I'm going to use this and it's going to be a cool little tool. I didn't think this is going to change my life and my relationship with driving forever. And that's what happened. So now I cannot imagine a world where I don't have this technology. I can't imagine a world where I have to drive myself again. Like, it sounds so horrible and it's bougie and it sounds stupid. But the trip that I'm on right now, the 4 hours there, 4 hours back, I would not have done this trip if I had to drive myself. I just wouldn't do it. I would have found a way out of it. This is a work trip, technically, so I'm going to Dallas for work. I would have made some excuse not to go if it weren't for this technology. And the reason for that is that it totally removes the stress from driving. So while I've been here driving, you haven't gotten to see it. I'm going to turn the camera around and catch some footage of this, but the car is autonomously moving left and right, and it's changing lanes, and it's watching traffic, and it's just taking care of business. And I'm just sitting here, and it's keeping the speed limit. You know, we're in a 75. I'm going 79 right now, which is my preference, to go about 4 over. But it's hard to explain how much fatigue there is in just driving, like just staying in a straight line on a highway going somewhere. There's a lot of fatigue associated with that. And what I mean by fatigue is you're not just paying attention to staying in those lines. You're paying attention to all of the other cars on the road. You're paying attention to all of the speed limit signs. You're paying attention to the road signs and the street signs and the city signs, and you're paying attention to things that it's almost like information overload. There's a book that basically all of like cyberpunk is kind of based off of, and that book is called Neuromancer. And the thesis of Neuromancer is that in the future, at some point, technology will be so overwhelming that things will just be coming at you constantly, and it's like information overload. Like, what do I do with all of this information? How do I process it? My brain can't even move fast enough. So people begin to cybernetically enhance themselves and plug these little chips into their brains, and put robot eyes in their eyes, and they become these like cyborgs. As we progress technologically, it demands more of us. It demands more of our attention. It demands more of our focus. It demands more physically from us. It demands more mentally from us. That's a side note. But that's how I feel driving has become. Like, driving demands a lot from you. Driving demands your undivided attention. And I'm still paying attention, because that's kind of the deal with full self-driving right now, is it's supervised, which means you're on the hook, basically. Like, if this car does anything wrong, it is my fault. But I don't see unsafe things. I'll see like, okay, you waited until we were 0.3 miles from that exit before you got over in the right lane, whereas I would have gotten over in the right lane a mile ago. That's a preferential thing. And FSD does some things that are not my preference, but it's very rare that it does things that I would go, whoa, that's unsafe. It shouldn't have done that. And I would disengage and take over, which is great. Something that I've learned since I started letting my car drive for me, and it handle all the, staying in the lines and avoiding traffic and maneuvering safely. Since I handed that to the car, now I'm sitting here and I have a lot more freedom to kind of look around me and take in my surroundings. And something that I've learned, and something I learned really, really quickly actually, is no one is paying attention to the road. Like, I mean, no one is paying attention to the road. So many people that I pass, I mean, we're hurtling down the highway, approaching light speed, and there's people who are fully texting, like both hands on their phone and driving with their knee. Or if they're not driving with their knee, both hands on their phone, maybe they're one hand on their phone, but they're literally like flipping through reels on Instagram. Wildly unsafe for them, but also wildly unsafe for me. Like, I'm on this road with you. I'm sharing the street with you. So it's really, really scary. So since I've noticed that, I've kind of started, y'all didn't get to see that. I wish I had footage of it, but there was some debris on the road. There was like a tire that was kind of exploded across the road, and the car just really, really deftly kind of maneuvered through it. Amazing. No complaints about that. It's a cybernetic enhancement that allows me to be more tuned in to the world around me rather than less. And hopefully I kind of spliced in some footage of the road ahead while I was talking about that. But those are just some of my thoughts. It's a really quick video. I just kind of want to tell everyone It's an incredible technology that not very many people are really aware of yet. And I think that's going to change. I think this is the future, and everyone is going to be having their car driving them. Maybe sooner than we think. I don't know.
Eventually, I got curious and I typed in game stores in my navigation and I found this game exchange. Decided to stop in and see what I could find. They had a lot of stuff. I always like going to game stores when I'm out of town or on trips or whatever. And it's weird, you see so many different games in different locations than where you live. But I guess just getting into a different kind of circle of collectors in a different area, you find some stuff you wouldn't normally find. So I picked up that Land Before Time game. I picked up this Bonanza Brothers game that I don't think I've ever played before. I also got Wings of War on Xbox. I don't know if I've ever played this, but this is the kind of game that I would play with my dad. This First to Fight game was actually the first Xbox game I ever saw, weirdly. Apex, I think I've played before, but I went ahead and got it. All of these are games that I don't normally see when I'm out and about. I also saw all of these strategy guides and thought that these were really cool, but they're all way overpriced. That one Ocarina of Time guide was like $50, and there's no way I'm paying that.
So I'm back on the road. The game store was great. The experience of putting that in while I'm on my trip was just, I opened up the navigation on my Tesla and I put add stop, and then I searched for game stores, and Game Exchange came up. And I just added it to my trip. It showed me that it was going to add about 8 minutes to my trip. So it took me off the highway, took me through town, navigated me through everything, and I went to the game store. And now I'm back in, so I just climbed back into my car, and it said continue trip, and I hit the start driving button, and now we're back on the road. Closing in on the big city, Dallas. Look at that oppressive urban skyline. Beautiful.